Yo, everyone. I just had some refreshment. That's definitely needed on the season I've had here so far. 0-4 now in 4 games for the Vikings, struggling big time in the franchise mode to get a win. A few players have been traded off. Griffin's been released. So I need a win now, definitely, at New York Giants, to have some hope of getting back into this season. But the best I can hope for now is get the season out of the way, get into the drafts, and hopefully try and pick up some decent younger players to improve for the next and upcoming season. So yeah, we're going to play the full game. Minnesota Vikings away on the road at New York Giants Stadium. So yeah, we're hoping for the first win. Let's hope we can get it.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a chance to see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings as they take on a man back for a 16th NFL season, Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants.
The Giants are 2-2
I'll have scores around the league for you at
so
the
far.
half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well.
Across to the East Coast
defenses
in
better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football and they throw it very well.
Game 5 of the season,
yards each in the
yet to
previous
win a game.
season. So what you're saying
We're
is,
0-4,
if you're a
bottom of the
defender,
table,
hope you prepared properly.
and
Hydrated,
currently
stretched,
third bottom
be on
in
your
the
toes,
table
as you
of the
said, because the
NFL.
ball's coming your
So
way.
yeah, we definitely need a win on this game. Struggling big time. I think the big difference was in the second game of the season when we lost. We were winning and ended up losing 10-9 at home to the Green Bay Packers. And ever since then it's been a massive struggle. So here we go, we're kicking off for the New York Giants to take on the offense. We are in the first quarter.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran, the 38-year-old quarterback, 2-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
We can do this. We need to do this.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley.
Flag
He'll
up
be
already.
brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Oh, great start. Great start.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So they get another first down. 1st and 10, New York Giants.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. And his first pass is incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the 2nd straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Yes. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Stephen Weatherly just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Taken down.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
So we can do something to stop him. So we're going to punt away.
Shotgun now for Manning.
Oh, no. Yes.
And that will be incomplete.
So it looks like the Giants are now going to punt the ball upfield. It's time for my offense.
3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
A 25-yard touchback.
So here are the Vikings under 6-year head coach Mike Zimmer orchestrating the offense, the former 3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
See if we can do something there. At least if you're running, you know you're going to keep hold of the ball pretty much.
They run. Cook.
Didn't get very far there. Back
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And they come off a tough loss last week. And what's their reward? A 2nd straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
Over to Diggs there. Maybe we'll see who's available.
On 2nd and 8. Cousins.
Too late.
He can't get away
Trying
from
to look to see the throw, so it's too late. Get sacked.
There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
16 now.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
Tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
I've got to go for
exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Hear the old bells tolling away there. Doom and gloom. We'll go for the PA.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Let's try and Diggs again if we can this time.
3rd and long for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs.
Come on.
Oh, he almost picked it.
Couldn't do it.
Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive.
So folks, I've got a punt upfield again. Good possession back to the Giants.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Just needed him to get Rav out with that one and the boom another one. Right, going to punt upfield.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep, Golden Tate.
Bad kick.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Try the blitz.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Giants are punting away again, so the
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
It's gone out again. So 25-yard line, start off offense.
And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Let's see what we're going to go for him.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. A look at the starters now on the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
For a run. You can get it
on 2nd down.
Come on, boy.
It's
come on. Yes.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Go for another run.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Green zone it is.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense this time against Giants.
So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask.
First down,
any part
first
of
down
it is going to be 15 yards.
15-yard penalty for the Giants. That's cool. Gives me an extra 15 yards upfield.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Nice.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
Face mask. Defense.
Giants calls another penalty, face mask.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
10. Cool, baby. Deep curl.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Lost about 25 yards. Penalties in it.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Yes, baby.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Passes from 4.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Sticking with a run. Close to touchdown zone now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11. Deep curl pass. See what we can do. First quarter finish.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
I know for sure I can get a field goal 3 points if I don't make the touchdown. But I prefer to get the touchdown 7 points. Or 6 points for a touchdown and the point after. Go for it. Go. Come on, boys. Come on, Vikings. Kick some ass.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Sweet bugger all from there.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium. With the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks.
Make sure I stop it now.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone.
He couldn't get out of his own zone, so that gives you 2 points if you manage to tackle him in the touchdown zone. Basically like an own goal, really, pretty much.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Pulled in at the 24.
Good start anyway. This is something. We've been better off having the 7 points, but no one got 2.
So here are the Vikings to take over.
They've
dropped
sure
4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here.
Don't get the opportunities of getting points. Gotta stop them now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 38, Cousins.
No.
And that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
I need to get across that orange line there. You can see ahead of me. Let's get the next 1st down.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And down right around the 37. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Count the chickens yet, but yeah, it's the best we've performed other than that Green Bay game, but conceded at the end on the field goal. Scissors.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
Come on.
And down he goes. B.J. Goodson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
We ain't going to go in that. No way. Struggle with like 35 yards.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one, because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Now Barkley stripped of the football, but I believe the Giants got this back and they will hold on to the possession.
Got first and 10 there, bloody hell.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Come on, boys. Got to stop him.
70, Indy.
Try again.
Here.
Manning now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
Try and hold him out now, somehow.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Come on, boys, get to him. Oh, flipping heck.
He completes it to Tate.
Jesus,
and he takes it down to the
still
10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Come on, Barkley.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to callum through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Oh, straight down the middle.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
2 minutes, folks.
for any
Yo,
offense
YouTube,
versus his
sorry
own
about
defense.
whoever's
Find the
watching,
holes where
that's
guys are
Josh.
available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did
Just
it
been
well
on the
there.
phone
Perfectly
quickly, so,
executed crossing
we're
route.
up and running again now, really, so rock and roll.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so
7-2
here's second
down,
and
eh?
4. Cousins now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down.
Gonna call a timeout.
49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
So half time, everything restarts again. You don't continue where you left off. You'll start fresh from the kickoff. So I'm going to try and get myself a field goal somehow. Play tight. Go for home. Shotgun pass.
Cousins now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. To the air again, it's Cousins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I'm struggling out for 11 seconds now. A bit like going for a counter-attack to try and get a goal back before the game's finished. And you get caught, it doesn't work. So anyway.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin over in London. Folks, they're treated to a good matchup. Chicago as the visitors taking on Oakland. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Marcus Mariota, a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Chris Hogan, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? Find out.
17.
Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
In the season.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Who we got an injury on? Justin Love.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw it. It's complete to Diggs.
Nice
23 yards the pick up there.
Yes, baby. 23 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47.
This season in stats. Pretty nothing.
Play action now. Cousins.
Oh, yes.
And that'll wind up incomplete.
Oh, incomplete.
Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Muscle cramps.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time to 2nd and 10.
Call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did.
Chad Beebe, his first touchdown on the year.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd
baby.
hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chad Beebe. Get in, love it. So we're going to go from point after, eh? No, I'm not going for 2. Oh, I can't even see. Oh, what they've done to me here, man. Not going for 2, you twats. Oh. They come up with coach suggestions, epoxy flags and shit. Trying to find out to find a field goal, and then coach is more interested in 2 points.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
Damn, coach, what are you
That's
on?
right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Couldn't find what else to get into going for a field goal. Right, here we are. Thank
Dan Bailey now for the extra point.
Got away with it, huh? Yes.
So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead.
Yeah, it's just the coach suggestion I went on, and
that
they
time,
asked to go for 2
75-yard
points.
drive, 5 plays.
And you get a certain amount of time to make a choice.
Score.
And I couldn't find which way how he got into it. It's kind of left me to a flag. But anyway, we're 9-7 up. Nice one. Part of the way into the 3rd quarter.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning. And that'll be incomplete.
Nice.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Just a 5-yard pickup, but
so
it
they're
leads to
punting
fourth
now,
down.
going back to possession, okay?
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing.
Back to the 25-yard line, starting the offense. Let's go, man, go.
And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they begin the drive with a duel. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's a duel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Goodness, what happened there? Come on, I've got a punt. So we're punting up through.
Here's Matt Wild now, standing just outside his own goal line. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
This is what happened last time against Green Bay. I was 9-7 up. And then Green Bay got a last minute
you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A 1st down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
1 yard, Jesus.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here, you're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a one-possession lead, looking to expand that now. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get him down up past the 15. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Stephon Diggs catching that one.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. To throw is Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head scheme going.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Third quarter
well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Final quarter coming up. Need to get this 1 yard in.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Abdullah. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
That's what we need.
Didn't yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
And get a field goal or a touchdown or something. Just try and keep possession up the field. Can't afford to give it away now. So go on and get a field goal and win 10-9. Ain't careful.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Madison running on 1st down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
3 yards is quite surprising.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A gain there of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Wow, man, he got
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The stain train
At
coming
this
rolling
stage of the
over the top
game,
of it.
with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. On 1st down, Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run again on first down. Cook, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football, get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Bailey's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7.
Enough time to get up the field.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Too far.
So Eli Manning and his offense
got to stop the
down
Giants getting upfield.
A minute 54 on the clock. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Well, here we go. Do or die.
Back to throw.
Wow.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
What the hell?
And they work this well upfield across
the 30-odd yards. Believable.
A good pickup there at 22.
Come on, guys. Do something.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. They'll look to throw.
Oh, yes.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Going to go all the way through then.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple. Back to throw.
No one knows
there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Hanging on.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
They're down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Manning to throw for it on 4th. It's caught. Shepard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
What can we do? Just don't know. Just can't get around to get to Manning now.
Manning to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done.
Seconds,
down to the 15 from the 21.
Seconds.
The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, what's going to happen here? If they throw and get a touchdown, I've lost.
To throw is Manning. He dumps it
yes,
off to
we
Barkley.
stopped him. He still stopped him.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. He'll look to throw.
Yes.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up
first
empty.
win of the season.
And with that, the ball game is over.
Took 5 weeks and we got our
Charles,
first
exciting
win.
to the very
Nice.
end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough.
Vikings
Trying to
win
draw
on
the
the
final
road
play
at
to
New
get
York
in, and they
Giants.
couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra
1
time.
and 5
Too bad it's
now,
not
1
FIFA
win,
soccer, right? Where you get a
4
little
losses.
bit of extra and you get a chance to run them a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
Nice.
So for the Vikings, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after
Great win
4
on the
straight
road as
losses. And they will head back
Giants
home
for 2-2.
next week. Meanwhile, for the
2-3 now.
Giants, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.
Whoa, New England Patriots.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Thanks for such an exciting game now. Nice. Well, he doesn't look big enough, does he, to be an American football player? So what we've got to say here, it's been an awfully rough start to the season. Yeah, you're telling me, coach. Glad to see you lock down your first victory and know the playoffs doesn't seem like a reasonable possibility right now. But hey, you go on a winning streak and who knows, stranger things have happened. 150 XP, that's cool. Huh? Things are looking up for once, instead of the old doom and gloom. Defence coordinator, never more stressed out there than when I have to game plan for a guy like Barkley. But at the end of the day, we did our job. We got the win. That's a huge weight off my shoulders. 1500 XP for the whole defence line. That's good news, man. Players ready to negotiate contracts. Still waiting on Trey Waynes. No decisions there yet. Can advance the week. The offence coordinator now. Coach wanted to brief you about Fletcher Cox before our game this week. He brings a ton of power to the Philadelphia defence and has the strength to collapse the pocket against the run and pass. How do you want to handle him? Commit to neutralising Fletcher Cox. Now, Cox is my number one concern. I plan on softening him up with an aggressive ground game. Suggest we prioritise short horizontal passes and outside zone runs. Don't give Cox a chance to disrupt the play in the backfield. So we're obviously up against at US Bank Stadium at home in Minnesota against the Philadelphia Eagles in the next game. Well, nice talk. Thanks, folks. Thank you for watching today's Madden NFL 20 franchise for the Minnesota Vikings. We actually got a first road win, well actually the whole first win of the season. Doesn't look likely we're going to get to the playoffs now with only 4 games I believe to go. So but we'll concentrate on doing what we've got to do in the next 4 games and then go into the draft, NFL draft, to pick up some new younger players to hopefully progress and get the Vikings on the road to Super Bowl in the next and upcoming season. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again soon. Take care for now. Peace out.